start? Oh, I'm sorry. My second article is titled Becoming Good Human Beings, Low Income Mothers Dream for Children and Their Insights into Children's Needs. This article basically discussed low income mothers, even though they don't have much to offer their child, they can still offer them their dreams and aspirations. The article kind of started off saying that every culture has their own system of beliefs and values. And no matter what your socioeconomic status is, parents still want the best for their child. So even the parents that are the lowest of the low on the poverty level, they still aspire for their children to do great. One major important point that I felt the introduction made was when parents and teachers are not on the same page, it makes the education of a child harder. Um, I am a huge supporter of parental involvement. I believe that teachers can't do it on their own. Parents have to take some responsibility, and I feel like more recently, parents are not held accountable for their child. It's like they just send them off to school and expect the teacher to work miracles, and it's like, we only have your child maybe 8 or 9 hours out the day. You have to do the rest. Our job is just to teach them things that are on the curriculum and sometimes things that are not on the curriculum. But as far as everything else, I feel like it's the parents' responsibilities. Um, um, the authors of this article, they did a case study with different families to see if they kind of had the same concepts and that were seen across the board. Um, they did interviews, they did observations, and they collected artifacts. They made the parents take a questionnaire, and they had to answer the questions about how they felt about their child and different things of that nature. The findings from the article that were found stated that parents all across the board wanted their child to be good citizens. They wanted freedom and security for their child, and they wanted their children to learn. So just like a middle American family, or middle class family, should I say, or a high class family, they also wanted the same thing. I think every parent pretty much wants their child to do better than they are. I know in the article was stated that the parents want their child to not have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from or if they're going to be able to have somewhere to stay. That's what they mean when they say security and freedom. And they also didn't want their child to have to be on government assistance. They want their child to go out and be able to provide for themselves, and when it's time for them to have a family, be able to stably provide for their family as well. Um, a lot of research has shown that when parents are involved with their child's education, the effects are just phenomenal. The child's academic status goes up. Um, they're more friendlier, they're more confident, they're more outgoing. There's a higher graduation rate. They are able to use their words and communicate with others more. Um, and there's also an improvement in attendance. When a child is doing well, they want to continue going and learning because it's fun for them, as opposed to a child that's struggling. They don't want to come to school. They don't want to take part in it. They feel like it's hard. Also, that also falls back on the parents. If the parent doesn't really care about education, the child is not going to care either. If the parent is, worried about, oh, I need to work, I need to get money, I have to do this and do that, then the child is going to say, okay, maybe those are things that are important. But as parents, you have to be involved in your child's education. The only negative thing I really found in this article that the sample size was small. If they would have taken more more people from different type of populations, like from the north or the south, Midwest, different areas like that, and had a decent number. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Maybe it would have been the results might have proven to be able to use for generalizations for the population. I chose this article because a lot of the schools that I work in, the children that I work with, they're low poverty. Parents are maybe not in the picture, or they're in the picture, but they're so busy working that the children are being taken care of by grandparents or aunts or even other siblings. Some parents are incarcerated. Some parents might have died. With the new lifestyle that everyone is living with, same-sex marriages and just other issues, I feel like, I've worked with these children, so the article was interesting to me to see what someone else would have seen. And I know as a teacher it's hard. You try to sit down and plan and make time. It kind of seems like the parents have excuses, but they really do want the best. They just sometimes don't know how to do that for their child. And I think the schools need to do more to get the parents informed about what they can and can't do and what's available to them. I think the message of this article was that parents really basically just need to be involved. They can have so much of an impact on their child's life when they are involved in their education. Doing something as simple as letting them read or you reading to them, doing fun activities that don't cost a lot of money around the house. And even some of the bigger cities allow many opportunities for children to come out and learn and do things. And I really feel like the authors also want us to know that children are kind of naturally curious. And with the right motivation, I mean, it can just open their minds to so much new information. As an educator, it just makes me more aware of the issue that parents are just not involved. You have the parents that are there, then there are sometimes the parents that are not there, and those are the ones that you really need to see. So it just makes me kind of think of different ways that I could get my parents involved. I know in my old school they used to want to have to bribe parents, but I feel like you shouldn't have to bribe a parent to come to the school and see about their child. Parents should just want to be involved and know what's going on. We can make that happen through the PTO, parent night set aside for the parents, even activities during the school day that don't take up much time can be used to get parents to the schools, because if parents are not at the schools and they're not reading stuff that comes home, then how else are they going to know what's going on? Yes, we can set up all of these systems online and have all of these wonderful protocols in place, but if the parents aren't utilizing them, then it's just a waste of time and a waste of space. I felt like this was a good article. I could see me sharing this with other people. That's all about I have to say for this article. So I'm going to close here and get ready to do the last one.